So if we're finding the side length, we're gonna round it to 3 decimal places. And when we're looking for the angle, let's make it a whole number. And then we have a formula for law of sine and law of cosine. Law of sine basically is saying sine of an angle and its opposite side is proportional to sine of the angle of the other to the opposite side and so on. Okay? Now, do we need all 3 of them? It'll be either A and B together, A and C, B and C, and so on. Okay? Let's see. Find A and C. Which one do we want to find first? A? We want to find this angle first, not A or C. Could we add these up and subtract it from 180? Let's do that real quick. I will use a device since it's there in front of you. 82, okay. And then, are we finding A first, we said? So we know the angle to the side, and then the given angle and the side is 6, so I'm gonna let this be our proportion. So we have sine of 82. Anytime you have a trig, it's gotta be an angle measurement inside. Opposite of that is our A. And then we have sine of 56 degrees over what? 6. And then we're gonna cross multiply. Now for cross multiplying, are you guys okay if I just do it all on the calculator?
Yeah.
We're okay with that?
Perfectly okay.
All right, so I'm gonna multiply these two. So we have sine of 82 times 6, and then press enter. And we divide it by the remaining, so divided by sine of 56. And we're looking at a side measure, so we need it to be 3 decimal places. Did we get 7 point something? 167, correct. And let's label it in here as well. 7.167. Now, when you're finding angle C, doesn't matter which angle we use, whether it's 56 or 82. It really doesn't matter. What do you guys want to use? The 56. Okay, so I'm going to stick with that one. So we have sine of 56 over 6 is equal to, we know angle C has sine of 42. Ooh, not a lot of room, over C. And again, let's just do it on the calculator. So we have sine of 42 times 6, and then press enter, and divided by the remaining, which is sine of 56. You do sine of 42 times 6?
Yeah.
Do we not get that messy, Dustin?
Oh, wait, never mind.
Did y'all get 4 point something? 4.843, and let's fill it in. 843. And there's a way to actually check this. If you're ready to check, eyes on the board. So angle 42 is the smallest angle, right? So that means that opposite side should be smaller than these two. Is that true?
Yes.
And then 82 is the largest one. So side A should be larger. Is that true? That's a way to check it. Okay, let's try example 3 with a neighbor. Talk to your partner. I would start by labeling in the figure given. So little a.
Find angle is. They didn't give us much information.
Well, they gave you more than enough.
Yeah.
You only need 2 of each. It sounds intimidating because it says like law of. Because we're finding the angle, right? You inverse it.
Yeah.
You inverse it. The sine negative 1 power. So if you do second sine, it's going to undo it.
Also,
Hi.
multiply it with negative. Is she in here?
Mm-hmm.
Are you? Yeah. Yes.
All right, I'm going to write it out.
Wait, what? I forgot.
Y'all ready? So we're going to use A to A and then B to B.
Yeah, my mom.
Now, what you start with really doesn't matter. So we have, I'm going to write sine of 27 over 12
Okay.
is equal to sine of the angle B that we have no idea about over the opposite of 7. Now, I know we have to cross multiply, right? So the only downfall here is the fact that we need to make the sine to go away and get the B out. So let's actually do this traditionally. Actually, let's multiply these two first. So we have sine of 27. I hope you're typing with me. Times the 7. And I know we have to divide it by this number, right? So divided by 12. Pretty messy. So I want you to write out the following. We have sine of the angle B. Now, we're not rounding this as we go, but we are going to round it on paper just for teaching purposes. But so 0.26, will it be 5? All right. To make angle B by itself, we are going to sine inverse. That cancels the normal trig. And I believe we've done this in unit 6. That goes away. So if I do sine inverse, second sine, and I'm going to select the answer, so I'm not rounding as I go. And you should always get an acute angle. So sine inverse is second sine. It'll give you the negative 1 power. And then select the answer previously typed in or done. And when I press enter, is 15 degrees an acute angle? Yep, that's when you know you've done the right thing. So we know angle B is equal to 15. And another way to check it, 15 degrees is less than 27, so therefore 7 should be less than 12. Okay, the opposites must be related. Are we good with this one? Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, on this one, the formula looks kind of fancy, and I'm going to hide one part of it. If I hide this, what formula does that look like? Pythagorean. Interesting. So here's the idea. You know which formula to use, because we have 3 of them, if the following happens. We need all the sides and just one angle. So if I need, let's say for example, I need to find angle B. I'm going to use the second formula right here. Are we clear on that? So the angle pretty much controls which one you're going to be using. All right? So if 3 sides are involved in one angle, then we use this automatically. Okay? Whereas on law of sine was 2 angles and 2 sides that were opposite. Yes, ma'am?
So you use the second one, right?
For this one, you'll use the second one. Just as an example. So let's see what's happening here then. We have all 3 sides, and then this time is angle what? A. So I want to use this formula, the one with the angle A. So let's plug it in. And I want to actually label these two. Opposite of capital B is little b. Opposite of capital C is little c, although C is hard to differentiate. So let's mimic what's happening. A squared is equal to, my B squared is 5, right? So let's write out 5 squared. Which one is my C? 7 squared minus 2 times the BC, which happens to be 5. Oh, do I have enough room? Oh my goodness. Here I go again. Cosine of angle A. I don't know if it's going to be a good, oh yes, it's a good day. Okay, here's what's nice about this problem. Where is my variable? Who is my variable? A, the A squared, the A, right? That means I can type all of these in the calculator right now. So let's write out A squared is equal to. So here I go. 5 squared, let's pretend like we don't know 5 squared. I'm going to put in 5 squared plus 7 squared minus. Now on the next part, let's put them all in parentheses. 2, 5, 7 being multiplied, and then I have cosine of 39. Let's compare and see if you and I have the same answer. Not yet?
I'm scared.
But it looks the same, right? All right, I'm gonna press enter. Did you get 19.5 something? Okay, that's good.
And I entered it the wrong, or a different way than you.
Oh no. How would I round this though if I want to make that into thousands? 6.6. Does that mean I'm going to use this rounded number? No, we're going to use an unrounded number in the calculator. And then we're going to square root. So let's do square root of the answer. Oh, that's not what I want. You can select it. You can go back up. What I like to do is second minus sign or second negative does the previous answer, but only the previous one.
Oh, I did it right. Never mind.
Second negative. Or you can go up and select it. All right, let's press enter. It is a side measure, so we're gonna round it to 4 point what? 427. And let's fill it in and kind of do a little self-check. 4.427. Oh, we can't do a self-check. We only have one angle. Oops, my bad. Good luck. Let's go on to the next one. Example 4.
Just go with it.
Just go with it, yes. For example 4, what is missing? We want a picture, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and put in, because my formula is in terms of A, B, and C, let's go ahead and change this to, instead of X, Y, Z, A, B, C. If you want to leave it as X, Y, Z, you'll need to change the formulas within. So that means the little x is going to be little a, the little y is going to be my little b, and little c. And I want to also draw the picture up here as well. And let's name them the same way that we have had so far, from the left up to the right. Little a, little b, little c. And let's fill it in. It says angle, or not angle, side A is 3. Side B is 7. And then side C is 9. What angle is it asking us to find? So you know this is C. We're looking for this one right here. So which formula do I know to use? The one with the last one, with the one with the angle C. Very good. So let's go ahead and fill it out. C squared is 9 squared. Are y'all okay if I just go ahead and compute that?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're having a moment, you have a calculator on this one. And then it says A squared is going to be 9. B squared is 49. Minus, for this part, I'm just going to write it out. 3, 7. Is it 7? Yes. Did I follow the formula correctly? AB? I think so. Cosine of angle C. Now, because the angle is what we're looking for, at some point we are going to inverse it. So let's basically do algebra 1. What is 9 plus 49? 58. And then minus, let's multiply all of these guys. 3 times 7 is 6. 6 times 7 is how many? 42. Cosine of angle C. Okay, here is a common mistake that happens, even as a junior in pre-cal. Students look at this and go, can I do 58 minus 42? Can we do that? 42 is stuck with a what? Cosine. It is together, okay? So what I can do right now is minus 58 on both sides. So we have 81 minus 58. I'm going to type it in. 81 minus 58. 23? Is that right? Okay. Negative 42 cosine of C. Okay, what operation am I going to do if the negative 42 and cosine of C are being multiplied? We're going to divide. So negative 42. Here's what I would do. This number right here will most likely look ugly. Leave it as it is. So cosine of angle C is equal to negative 23 over 42. Is my angle C almost by itself? So we are going to do what? Inverse, cosine inverse. That would cancel out the norm and the inverse. What kind of angle should we get if this is correct? An obtuse, a right, or an acute?
A cube.
A cube. So second cosine.
It ought to be a cube.
I'm gonna leave it as